Hi, how are you?
I'm as good as I can be coming in here.
Well, thank you for coming in. Just want to
Thank
let you know before we start that everything that you say is between us, completely confidential, except for if you plan on hurting yourself, other people, there's some sort of threat like that. I need to let other people know, just for your safety and the safety of others. Okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. Well, what's going on? Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I have a job and I have school, so I don't have a lot of free time. But the reason I came here is because I went to the doctor for a regular checkup. I like to do checkups a lot because I like to make sure that I'm doing all right.
Okay.
And apparently I have really high blood pressure. And I don't know, I thought maybe there was something wrong, so I asked, what do we do now? Because I've heard about blood pressure medications a lot, that's a pretty regular thing, but all he wanted to talk about was my life and what I was doing and slowing down, but if there's no physical cause for this, I don't know what I'm going to do. And he mentioned this place, and he told me to come here, so here I am. What do I do?
All right, well, let's go over your life then. Let's start off with, where do you work?
I work at a fast food place in the mall. I have a pretty high position there, so I do a lot of work.
A lot of responsibilities?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and you said you go to school as well?
Oh yeah, I'm full-time at Queens for psychology.
Okay, right, that would be a heavy workload, I would imagine.
Yeah, definitely. We have a lot of projects. We have placements. There's just a lot going on. It's a really big commitment that I'm trying to get through.
And is there a reason why you've taken on this big commitment? Like, do you like being busy and that kind of stuff, or?
Oh yeah, I love it. I love doing things and being productive. People have mentioned maybe you should go part-time on work, maybe you should go part-time on school, but I enjoy having so many things to do, and I feel like it makes me work harder.
Okay, and do you have any time for yourself? Is there anything you do in your free time?
I usually go out with friends.
Okay.
We do a lot of going out and partying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I spend a lot of my time with them. I have a pretty good friend group. I love being with them.
All right. And what kind of things do you do other than you said partying? But do you go out to mini golf or some stuff like that? No.
No.
I can tell from your expression that that's not really your thing.
No, that was a good one though.
Oh, okay. All right. So, is there any recommendations other than the doctor telling you to come here that he told you to do? Did he tell you to maybe slow down your workload, or
that's pretty much what he told me, but I don't want to. I don't want to stop doing all this stuff. I don't want to cut something out. I mean, I can't stop going to work, obviously. I mean, my family doesn't support me through school, so I have to work. But I don't want to slow down on school because when I'm going through this, if I go part-time, then I'm gonna miss everybody. Yeah. And it's gonna take me so much longer to complete my degree.
And you're not gonna feel as involved as you were.
Definitely,
you said that keeps you going. But obviously the doctor is concerned about your high blood pressure and somehow reducing it. Is there any other ways that you think you could reduce it? Can't think of anything?
No, maybe? I mean, I already asked him for medication, but he says no. I want to do everything that I'm doing. There's nothing that I don't want to do that I can really cut out of my life.
And do you take time out of the week or out of the month really to relax at all?
No.
So maybe we're thinking of, do you know how to relax?
Probably. I mean, I don't do it, but I mean, who doesn't know how to relax? I just don't like it. I just don't like slowing down like that. I like to be busy. I like doing things.
Was there a way to be productive and relax at the same time, perhaps?
Yeah. I don't know. I've never really thought of it.
Well, what do you do to get your schoolwork accomplished? How do you work that out?
Oh, I lock myself away in my room after work, and I work really hard on it and I get it all done.
Do you do it in like complete silence at all? Do you listen to music? Do you have something going on in the background, that kind of stuff?
I usually put on a TV show, just like very quietly in the background. Just some chatter that isn't musical kind of helps me concentrate. So I just kind of do my work and then I go to bed.
Do you take breaks in between working, or do you just go straight
I just
ahead?
go hard. There's a lot of things to do. I don't want to fall behind. I don't want my grade point average to fall, so I focus pretty hard on it.
And are you worried that if you don't take the time to relax a bit, that your grade point average will fall?
I'm worried that maybe they'll stop trusting me as much at work. Maybe I'll lose some marks on an assignment. I really need to be the best that I can be.
Okay.
I don't want to lose my place, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
I don't want to lose my place of where I am right now, and I feel like maybe if I slow down, I'm not gonna be where I am right now, and I want to stay here. I want to be where I am right now.
So you want to be the supervisor, is that what you said, at your work? And you want to be able to complete the program fully?
Definitely.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Okay, well, what are your relationships like with work? We'll start off with work. What are relationships with your coworkers?
Oh, my coworkers are the greatest. The job, obviously, fast food position isn't the best kind of work. It's not the most fulfilling or the most academic, but the people that work there really make it worthwhile. I have a lot of good fellow supervisors, and the people that work under me are very good as well. We're a very a friendly group. There's not really any conflicts at work, if that's what you were trying to get at.
Yeah, it does. And so how many hours a week do you work?
I usually try to say upwards of 20. So now that it's getting close to the summer and there's going to be a lot of people off work and work in school, I'm starting to go back up to my 30 hours.
Okay.
So it's really, I guess right now is really the crunch time because my school is starting to come to an end, but I'm also having to take on more at work.
Okay. And you enjoy taking on more at work, or would you?
Yeah, it's not. I'm not offended by it. I'm not upset that I'm getting more hours. I mean, that means more money, and then I can save a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you take breaks at all during work, or do you just, again, go through, don't really have time?
I mean, I get mandated breaks, but usually out of the 30 minute, I'll usually just take 15, and I'll stay clocked out for the other 15. But people really need me in there, so I usually have to go back early.
Okay. And why do you feel that they need you? Is it because they can't do some of the duties that you were supposed to do? Tell me more about that.
My coworkers are really good, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times they'll get overwhelmed and they don't function as well under pressure as I do.
Okay.
So if there's a lot of orders or there's a lot of stuff going on and they get confused and there's so many things to run and there's only 2 of them, usually I'll have to come back and I'll have to get them back on track because I can do some stuff pretty quickly and then they can focus on the other things.
Do you think that perhaps they need more training, or just that they're you don't think they're capable of doing some of those things just because of their anxiety perhaps that they get, or nervousness around doing duties when you're not there?
Maybe it's the nervousness, I don't know. It just, I seem to be one of the fastest, which is why I'm a supervisor, so it would just make everything go so much more smoothly if I just stopped taking my break.
Okay. Well, is there another supervisor, or are you the only one when it comes to your work?
There's usually multiple, but usually there's the manager, but she does a lot of stuff on the computer, so she doesn't really come back and help. And then there's sometimes a front supervisor, but she has to stay in the front. She can't leave the cashiers alone.
Okay.
So when I'm the only one able to come back into the back when it's getting really busy, then that's really, I feel like that's my job as well, because I love the people that work here and I want to help them. I don't feel like it's something I have to do. It's something that I do for them, if that makes any sense.
Could there be a possibility, though, that you could talk about, it's a mandated 30-minute break? Is there a possibility that you could take that full break and take time for yourself from your busy work day and talk to other managers saying, hey, I need this break, but perhaps we can work something out? Have you mentioned that all to the supervisors or the other?
No, I haven't tried because I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but maybe I could. Maybe I can schedule my breaks when there's probably not going to be a lot of people.
Okay.
Maybe.
So do you know what times are busy then, specifically?
Yeah, there are specific busy times at work.
Okay. Right. So maybe that's one option that you can do for work. So to less stress for yourself, perhaps?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about school then. So what kind of assignments and stuff do you have? Do you have group work? Do you have
a lot of group work? So I guess we also have to plan like getting together and doing stuff together and making sure that everybody has a secure workload, so nobody's doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
Although it doesn't really work out that way sometimes.
Yeah. What kind of role do you take when it comes to group work?
I try to be the leader. There's some people that don't really take the initiative, so somebody really has to point them in the right direction.
Right.
And I usually end up being that person. So I guess I do a lot of the work.
Yeah.
But I don't mind. Like they help. It's not like I'm the only one doing everything, but I usually take the leadership role.
So you're saying that you're pretty independent when it comes to group work?
Yeah, I don't really wait for others to tell me what to do. I usually start organizing stuff and stuff like that.
And does that stress you out a little bit? Do you like, organizing group work and being independent?
I enjoy being a leader. I enjoy having that sense of control because I like to control the outcomes of the things that I'm doing. I mean, why would I put my effort into something that I can't control the outcome of, if that makes any sense?
Yeah, I think so. So you like being able to control what you do and perhaps get others to follow you and do the same?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So do you have a lot of independent work too, like essays, I'm assuming?
We have some independent work, but because of the nature of our program in psychology, we really have to learn how to work with other people, so we do have a lot of group stuff, and then we have a lot of tests.
Okay, and how long would you say you study for your test?
I'd say I start maybe 5 days in advance, and I do, after homework, I do maybe about 30 minutes to an hour every night going through like a chapter or half a chapter, depending on the test.
Is that something that you don't really have to do? You know what I mean? It's not mandatory for you to do?
Well, I guess I've never tried not doing that much studying. I've always felt like if it works and I get a high mark, that I should keep doing it that way and not let off.
Right. Okay, that's understandable.
But I've never tried it. I've never tried not doing so much studying.
So how many hours a week would you say that you put into schoolwork and going to class and all of that?
Oh, well, I have 6 classes, and there's at least 3 hours of lecture a week. And then I like to spend a good few hours on every assignment at least. I like to spread that out over days so that I can really catch any mistakes that I make.
Okay.
So I have maybe 5 hours a day, roughly, especially when it gets to crunch time when I have a bunch of assignments.
So you're saying that school takes up a lot of your time then?
Definitely. I really want to be the best that I can be.
Okay. And do you have time to socialize with friends?
I try to find the time on the weekend. Usually Sundays I don't have to work because it's slow, and then and then other supervisors and other coworkers will take over for that, and then I can go out Saturday night, and then I can still have fun on Sunday as well.
Okay. And so that's not really too much time consuming, is it? Like with your friends? Like if you say it's just about 1 day or 2 days a week.
Yeah, when I don't have like a test or assignment, sometimes I'll go out during a weeknight, but I usually I try to go out with them every weekend so that I don't really like lose contact with them.
Yeah.
I don't lose the closeness that I have with them, because that's really important to me as well.
Okay, that's all right. So do you talk over like social media with them throughout the week, or are you so focused on work and school that you don't have time?
I try to talk to them. I really do. Sometimes I can't, and I think they understand that. I think they understand where I'm coming from with that. They don't have the high intensity program and work that I do, but
Okay.
I think they understand, because they still hang out with me when I have the time. So I think they're a pretty good group of friends.
And do you always go out with them, or do you guys stay home and watch movies?
They really like to go out, so I'll go out with them.
Do you find that's a lot of pressure on you, though? Do you like being able to go out with them, or would you prefer staying home sometimes and that kind of stuff?
I like going out. It can be a little stressful, just because it's a big group and we're out at night, and I kind of feel like I have to watch out for everybody. But I enjoy it, I think.
Okay. And have you thought maybe, well, since you said it's kind of stressful, maybe staying at home and figure out playing board games or whatever you young college students like to do? Do you, like watching movies, that kind of stuff? Have you thought about doing that? Have you done that before with your friends?
I never really thought about suggesting something like that. I always just kind of thought, this is what you do with friends, you go out. Yeah, I've never really thought about it before. I do like movies. I like to put them on while I'm doing work. So.
Yeah, because you mentioned that earlier. That's what you do when you're working on your school assignments. Cool. Well, maybe that's another suggestion that we can do.
Yeah, I think I could do that. I think they'd be receptive. Maybe they'd want to stay in on a Sunday.
Yeah. Well, what kind of stuff do your friends do? Do you know? Like you said, they're not in as high intensity programs as you. So do you know what kind of things they do off school or off that kind of stuff, other than partying with you and going out?
I guess I don't really know that much. I know what types of programs they're in, and I know where they work, but we don't get really into deep conversations while we're out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, if you're out, you're probably not going to want to talk about that stuff if it's in public. Well, perhaps if you, because you said maybe taking breaks that are longer when you're at work.
Yeah.
Talking to someone about that. That's what one of your ideas that came up. And then when you're doing schoolwork, possibly taking breaks in between your, maybe work for like a certain chunk and then take a break for another 10, 15 minutes. Doesn't have to be too long. But so you're not all consumed with work and everything.
So I don't have to cut something out of my life in order to relax?
No, not at all. If you like being a busybody, and that's what we'll say, busy. You like being busy. You like doing all that stuff. Then just take breaks, quick breaks. They don't have to be, days on end. You don't need like a day. But if you're off on Sundays and you hang out with your friends then the night before and that morning, find something that you like to do that will be productive, like you said. You like doing schoolwork, you work and all that. Finding ways for you to be productive but relax at the same time, which I'm not a doctor, but it might help, lower your blood pressure and get you to relax a bit.
Yeah, maybe I could. Maybe I can get a hobby. I haven't had a hobby since I was a kid. Yeah.
Well, what kind of stuff do you like?
Gosh, what did I like to do? I like to crochet. I remember. My grandma taught me to crochet. Maybe I could try and relearn how to do that.
Well, you could always do that, and if you're studying, like, how do you study? Do you just read or write notes or?
I do like flashcards, and I do reading over the books and stuff like that.
Well, could you do crochet and do the maybe?
Yeah.
That could be a possibility.
Yeah, I think I could do that.
It looks like you really enjoy that. There's a smile on your face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that could definitely be something.
I think that'd actually be fun, and then I'd also be doing my schoolwork, which is good because I really need to do that.
Well, and you say you like movies too, so maybe on Sundays combine those together and crochet and movies.
Yeah, that actually sounds like a good time. I kind of thought that relaxing would be all about just like laying there and doing nothing and not just like.
No, not at all. Not at all. Well, I'm glad we found some options for you. Unfortunately, we're running out of time today, but thank you so much for coming. Is there anything else that we want to do quickly?
No, this was great. Could I maybe make another appointment just to like kind of catch up?
Sure, let me do that. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, take care.
Yeah, you too.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it was really nice to meet you. Thank you.
Bye.